Okay, here we go. Bring up some examples. This is an example floor plan that was given to me. We'll go over, and then here is a different floor plan than I did for a property here in Arizona. This is version 7. Um, version 5 is completely different. 7 is completely different than 5. 5 is similar to 2, 3, and 5, and 7 is completely different. So this is version 7. Um, let's go through 7 real quick. So I have a file. This is where you create a new sketch, and here's where you open an existing sketch. Save as, import, export. When you do export, you can export in version 5 as well as these other formats. I personally have tried exporting one from version 7 to 5, and it wasn't great. It didn't transition all the elements. It wasn't very nice. So I don't know how well that's going to go with that. Email and send files. This I send files out. Home. This is the home page. This is what you see when you first open up the page. Once you start building a new area. So this is where you can select an area. Each one of these is an area. Patio is an area. Main level is an area. However you have it split up, this is an area. So this is garage. In this house, garage is one area. Patio is another area. And the main living is another area. Porch is another area. So this is different areas here. You select all areas, which obviously will select all areas. Then when you select an area, you're able to change the thickness of the walls. Standard wall thickness we usually use is 2. That's just how we've always done it. Line colors, how you change the color of the lines. For printing, like if you want to print in color. Black is what we use, the color we use. So all these lines should be black. And see, flip area. Occasionally what you do when you flip area is like if this was a duplex and they're identical, you can copy and paste and you can flip this one left to right. Or if you're doing an area where it's the same floor plan but they're just orientated differently, you can flip it left or right. And of course 7 is weird. Yeah, like I said, version 7 is weird. View, there's not much to look at in here. Deletes is usually the only thing I've used so far. Grid lines. I think it's helpful to build the tour and grid lines, but they're not hard lines. So what I mean by that is like this line, you can start here when you build it, but it won't necessarily, like these lines don't have any anchor. They're not anchor lines, they're just guidelines. So use those or not. Tools. I don't know how this works, but this supposedly is how you connect the disto to your, import it from there. I don't know how that works because I've never done it. If that's the function you guys want to play around with, that's fine. I just don't know how to do it. Options. This is how I've got it set up right now. So if you want to look at that. Display. Let's see grid lines that we were just showed a second ago. Nothing, never have done anything in there. This must be for the disto to sync it up with your thing. system. I haven't messed around too much with the video tutorial because I haven't really seen any videos on here. Let's see, fonts. This is an important page. You want to set to Arial, size 8, bold. Same thing with the text. Arial, size 8, bold, black. Which color do you want? Drawing, same way. That's the line thickness for the area properties. The color and the thickness. Same thing for interior thickness. Witness lines, black. That's all those areas. And then off the side here, you have the pointer. So this is for not drawing. This is for grabbing an area, moving something, or highlighting a line to delete. That's what you use that for. Fence is just gives you an area. Like if you wanted to delete the whole floor plan, you could do it that way, or you could do another area and just delete certain areas. You can do that. And then you go back to a point again, and you can move around, and you're not actually edited anything. Lasso tool, haven't used. Pan, don't ever use. Draw area. So when you start a new floor plan from the beginning, this is what will pop up. This is the gross living area. This is how you define the area. This is gross living area, first floor, second floor. So those are all the codes for that. First, third floor, fourth floor, gross building area, basement. That's that area. Porch, patio, patio, porch, wood deck, balcony. This is the garage. Don't know how to change color here yet on that. Land we never use. Subject site we never used. Other storage we occasionally use. Non-calculated area I've never used before. An undefined area I've never used before. So those are the. So most of these your user will be up here. So this is, if you see down here, you have pin on and off. That's your pin. That's this. So if you click it once and you see this yellowish, greenish color, that's saying that you're drawing. And if it turns red, drawing, not drawing, drawing, not drawing, not drawing. You can just move around. A helpful keyboard jump is helpful keyboard shortcut is J jump. Jumps you to the next closest line. So that's a jump. Jump. You just get close to the line you want and hit jump. Another one you do is C to center. So if you have, no, it's not draw. No, not draw. Go back to her pointer. Say it's over here. You put C. Just you don't have to hit Control C or anything. Just hit C. So it's wherever it's at, you put C. It'll center it in the middle of the page. Another one is if you want to select everything, fence, everything. R is rotate. So if you hit R once, it rotates so many degrees. If you hit Shift R, it goes backwards. If you hit Control R, You hit Control Shift R, it does, that's the smallest increment to rotate. This is so you can draw interior lines. So here is the fine area. So that's where you would draw each area out. This is the internal lines. This is where you would draw lines for, you know, something like that. That's another thing is, say we're go over here, we draw interior line, we jumped it to get it close to here. This will just do some little practice here. So hit enter, light, the pen turns green, lets you know you're drawing. If you want to go 12 feet over, hit type 1, 2, and hit the cursor over button. That'll give you 12. If you want to do 6 inches, you go 0 tab 6. It'll move you 6 inches. Now this is a percentage. So 6 inches would be 6 inches is half a foot. So broken down numerically, it's 5, not 6. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. So let's delete this. And see, another thing is, let's put this pencil down. Now we're drawing again. Very sensitive. Okay, now I can move things around however we want. T is text. Let's hit text. Text box pops up. So version 7 is different because on version 7 you have to select it and then drag it over. And then once you drag it over, it does this, which is completely different. This is your pivot box. So this is where you would pivot it around, rotation. When you want to make the text bigger, you have to grab it and do this. Instead of before, you could hit font, you could right click font, and you could put in the measurement you want. Like if you wanted this font, say it was size 12 font, you would have to type in, you could right click and put 12. Here you have to go here, go up to here, and type in 12. Or let's say the font is 5. No, I'm gonna make it big enough we can see it. Now that's it. Okay. So that's how you select it. That's how you change the size. You click on the box, you come up here, and you change it to whatever size you want to change it to. And then also I believe you can change the color. You can make it italic, or you can underline it, or you can change the color of the font, which should always be black. Okay, and so say it's, you don't like this name, you want to change the name, you come up here and you can change it whatever you want to change it to. Let's change it to Monday, because today is Monday. So now Atrium becomes Monday. So that's how you change the font, text, size. So if you wanted to say, I wonder if you can just go up here and write in 12 feet by 12 feet. See, this is different, because before you would just type in wherever you want to type into, hit enter, and it would pop up here. Here, if you want to change something to a label that's not there, you have to find an area. You have to drag something you want, and then change it. Which is super annoying. Maybe there's another way to do it. I haven't figured out yet. I don't know. But yeah, so that's how you get there. And say, like I said, if you want to change this to 14 by 14, you just click on there, and you click on there. Click right here, and it changes it. Okay, so that's how you do the fonts. These are the preferred, and here's a breakdown per area. And if you want to edit them, you can edit them, or you can add them, which is down here. So let's see, one we won't use very often. Wood deck. We just write deck, so we don't write wood deck, so we can just hit replace. Let's see, remove. Okay, we removed it. So let's see, change those. And then this is to auto hide it. So here off the side is text, symbols, and calculations. And so these are hidden, so you have to click on, if you want to keep it locked in so where it doesn't move, you can do that. This is symbol. So this, actually, this is one's calculation. So we'll lock this one in so we can talk about it. So this is the calculation box that you normally see. Garage, first floor, patio, porch, all that's there. Yeah, so this is what you're normally used to seeing. Symbols. Okay, symbols, this is another thing where it's super, super annoying. Let's take the main one is, they don't have left door or right door. They have, so what you have to do is you have to pick the symbol you want, then you have to drag it. Sorry, you have to drag it from here. Not down there, that just shows you what it is, but you can't actually drag from there. So if you want to have left, like I said, it's just interior door, exterior door, and the angle. It doesn't give you left or right. So what you have to do is you have to click the one you want, and then drag it over. Here's a problem I have. You can rotate it, which is fine. That's not a huge deal. So you've rotated it. So now say we want to place it. So we click on it. No, we don't do that. Super picky. So let's drag one back over here again. Let's rotate it to the opposite way it was when we got it. Okay, stay. Okay. So now we've rotated it to get it the right way we want. So let's get it close to a line. See, as it gets close to a line, it rotates it. So if you want it to be like how we wanted to place it, you want to place the door here, you have to set it like that. If you do slightly like that, it'll go on the other side. And it just barely breaks the line, which is good in one way because you don't have to worry about going too far into a room. But down here, it didn't do that. Like you can see a little faint line showing that it broke the surface, but down here it didn't do that because there was more than one area. So it just looks kind of weird. And I just don't like the whole rotating when it gets towards a line. It's just weird. Ginormous symbol, blah. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, finally. Stop asking me. Always click this box. If you don't, it'll drive you mad because it'll ask you every time you want to delete something. See. So let's go over some of these symbols. This is the arrow. Corner bathroom. Now, this is what, here's the bathtub. This is your standard bathtub. You see all the, this is what would be on the floor plan. This is a corner shower. Usually what I do is I will show this on a different example, different video at some point. And so this is the corner shower. This is your standard square shower, 3 feet by 3 feet. This is also 3 feet by 3 feet, 3 feet by 3 feet, 2.5 by 5. Your cased opening. This is obviously, you know, a wall. Like here, this is a cased opening. Exterior door. Okay, this is a 45-degree angle. This is the one we use. These are the ones we use. We use the 45. We don't use a 90 necessarily. This is the French 90, which is the symbol we use. Garage door double. This is 18 by 0.3. This is a garage single door, which is 8 by 3. Interior 90. Interior 45. See, this is interior, exterior. They just made it bigger. It's the only difference. Sliding door. This is a symbol for sliding door. This is what needs to be used. And I'll show an example. I'll drag these, dragging these out to show you what's on the floor plan. Then I'll show you the difference between what I'm seeing right now. Normal fireplace, corner fireplace, range, kitchen, range. And I'll show you why that's confusing what I'm seeing right now. So here's a range, refrigerator, double sink kitchen, square. This is what I use for the furnace. This is furnace, boiler. F goes in here, text F goes in here. Text BR for boiler goes in there. So that's where that goes. This is residential toilet. Washer and dryer combo. Water heater. 24-inch. Double 24-inch. 30-inch double. 36-inch. 36-inch double. And these are just the favorites. Here's the actual breakdown of how all the symbols there are. Okay, this is this is how most of these main symbols work. This is what they look like. This is how they should be sketched. And I'll show you an issue that I have with what I'm seeing right now. Okay, let's change the size here. Not that close. Close enough I can move it around and show you. Okay, this is fine. Well, actually this isn't fine. I take that back. This needs to be a double door. This needs to look like that. And so this is fine. This is the outside measurements. This is inside. So this was 21.9 by 21.5. That's fine. 5.6. That's fine. Okay. Oh, let's go to doors. Doors. See, they don't even have the door. They don't have the double bifold door, which is what it needs to be. I'll go over that later. I got luck in this house. These were all bifolds. Okay, this is confusing. It should be like a double bifold door. It should be like two peaks. Should be peak, 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 peak. And that's not how it's going to look on the floor plan. So that needs to be that way. Water heater's fine. Furnace, I would just put F. Bathtub, I would usually just draw a line and put, a circle and oval in there. That's no bathtub. That's fine. This is fine. 11.8 by 11.11, so that gives you the width and the height. Once again, this symbol should be peak, 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 peak. These are also what needs to change. Like, I don't know what this is. Is this a 2-foot window or a 3-foot window? Normally what you do is most of the windows you'll do are 3 feet, and so you just need to do a 3-foot. You just need to mark it like, but that's how you do a window. You just do like a heavier line across. But this is, if you want to do that, this is fine. I just need to know if that's a 3-foot or 2-foot, because if I don't see any measurements, I'm going to assume these are 3 feet. Now if they're 2 feet, they need to have a 2 and a foot symbol, so I know this is a 2-foot window, not a 3-foot window. So if I just see it like this right now, I'm going to think it's a 3-foot window, and we'll put 3-foot window. And so that needs to be there. This floor plan didn't have the door swing going in, and later on Scott told me which one he wanted and so which one it was, and so I added it in. The other thing that's confusing is the door symbol, the 45-degree door symbol. These. So that tells you which way it's which way the door is swinging. And here, there's no door. There's a door swing but no door. So sometimes it's confusing, like if it's right on there. Some of these I've figured out. Some of them are difficult on some floor plans to figure out which way the door swings. This one was missing another door Scott told me about, so I added that. Like, I don't know if this door is swinging out this way toward the living room, or if the door is swinging out going into the garage. I've deduced that it's this way swinging out away from the living room, but I don't know for sure. The other thing is too is like, how big is this window supposed to be? Is it 6 foot, 2, 4, 6 foot, or is it 5 foot or 4 foot, or what is it? There should be, if it's 5 foot, it should have a 5 and like here, so I know how big it is. This doesn't have what it is, deck, patio, what have you, so it's missing there, and it's also missing a width. It's also missing a width measurement across here, and it's also missing a height measurement here, or one there, or it's missing that. And the other one too is confusing sometimes is like, this looks awful similar to a door. A window, So, like, is that a 4 foot window, a 3 foot window? But then later on, I realized that's the symbol that's being used for a sliding door, this is the sliding door. So it should be mark, mark. So it should be mark, mark. Should be line, line. Let me know that's sliding. This area is broken down between dining room and kitchen, which is fine, but it just gives me a total width of them together. So if it's an eating kitchen, that's fine, 22.8 by 13.4. If you're going to break it down between kitchen and dining room, it needs to have a dining room measurement and a kitchen measurement. Bathroom, that's fine. Like I said, you can write out tub if you want, but normally I would just have that line and then just put an oval in there. But if you want to put tub there, it's fine. Let's see, missing a door there. I'm assuming from the garage into this room. But there's no label. There's a width, and which is fine. There's no label for that room. Everything too is we don't have dishwashers. We don't add dishwashers. I don't even know if there's a dishwasher. There wasn't a dishwasher symbol on version 5. I don't know if there's a dishwasher symbol. I guess there is one. I'll leave that up to Renee if you guys want to add that. That's something I never did. But version 5 didn't really have a dishwasher, and that's something we never really added. But I guess I can, I guess going forward we could do dishwasher. I just have to check and see if there's one on version 5 or not, because I don't think there is, but anyway, we'll check on that. So we addressed the window situation, double bifold door situation. We've addressed the door swing situation. See, all those labels are there. All those labels are there. That's fine. This is confusing. It needs to be an R for refrigerator, not fridge. It's just how it needs to be done. Switch that to an R. Stove is, this is the stove. Range. So this is what this is the symbol should look like for a range. Just do a square and then do 4 little circles. That's all you gotta do. Nothing fancy. So that's that. Refrigerator. All you do for that is put a square and put an R. And that's that. And okay, I think I went over all that stuff. And so that's all. So if you have any questions, just let me know. All right, thanks. Bye.